Welcome everyone, Adam the Woo here. It's my second channel, daily blog channel. It's The Daily Woo. What does that mean? It means I do a daily vlog every single day. Thanks for joining me on this 2+ years of never missing a day on these daily vlogs. And today is no exception. Sitting here at a picnic table back in St. Cloud, Florida. I've returned from my last road trip. It just seems like it's one road trip after another, after another, after another. Well, this current road trip has ended. I'm going to be hanging around St. Cloud, Florida for about a couple weeks before I fly to Atlanta for Dragon Con and then fly out to Anaheim, California to do some Disneyland videos and Los Angeles videos. But basically I wanted to do this video today to let you know about something that happened in Tupelo, Mississippi, which some people realize is where Elvis Presley, the king of rock and roll, was born. In Tupelo, Mississippi. You can probably hear those dogs over there. I'm sitting next to a dog park. Whenever new dogs enter the dog park, other dogs greet them, not with a handshake like normal people would do, but dogs greet other dogs that they don't know with barking. So that's what you're hearing off in the background. I'm itching my leg because I have my flip-flops on. I think I might actually be sitting near an ant bed, so hopefully I don't get eaten alive. Elvis Presley was born in Tupelo, Mississippi. Someone else was born in Tupelo, Mississippi. And you're looking at that particular person right here. August 10th, 1974. This guy right here, me, was born in Tupelo, Mississippi as well. Which means today I'm 40 years old. Look at me. This is a 40-year-old man. Not a child anymore, 40-year-old face. Adam the Woo is 40 years old. Me, it's crazy to think about 40. That just kind of blows my mind. It's kind of unfathomable in some ways. To think about when I was a kid, when you're young, you think that 40 years old is something that's almost unachievable. You think, when you're a child, you think a 40-year-old is an old person. Man, they're old, they're 40. And then 50 is like a whole other thing where it's like, what do I even have in common with the 50-year-old when you're a child? And then 60-year-old, you're like, who is that old codger? Well, as you get older, you start to realize that that's not really the case. Because I'm 40 years old and I still feel like a child in a lot of ways. I still feel like that kid in the early 80s going to the movie theater to see Return of the Jedi. 1983, 1984, and then in 1985, Back to the Future. Still one of my favorite movies. I still feel like that 1985 child. I almost said 1885, but we're not going back that far. I'm not that old yet, sir. Sometimes you just have to stay in the moment, I guess. 1985 was kind of my year. I kind of relate back to that. I'm definitely an 80s child, an 80s kid. Still feel like I'm still that 11, 12, 13, 14-year-old self. But the good thing about life is that you actually learn from your mistakes, grow wiser, and you actually can continue on. They say 40 or 50 is the over-the-hill age. Most people would say 40 years old, you are over the hill. A lot of people will look at that as a negative aspect, meaning, man, you're over the hill, you're on the downward spiral. But let's not look at it this way. We need to look at it another way. When you're riding a bike or you're running or you're walking and you see a huge mountain or a huge hill, the hardest part is climbing to the top, climbing back down. It's a coaster. It's easy. You're just cruising along, cruising back down into the nether regions, if you will, of goodness. So I really, in all actuality, I think I have reached the easy part of my life because of the wisdom. I don't even want to call it wisdom. The knowledge, I guess, I have learned. I've always had this keen quality and insight of kind of learning from my mistakes. I still make a lot of mistakes, but I think I've definitely learned from a lot of the mistakes I made when I was younger and learned from them. And that's the beauty of age and the beauty of growing older and learning things. So that is one thing I'm definitely looking forward to in the next years. Who knows how much longer I'm going to live, but I can safely say I've already lived 40 years, and that Absolutely blows my mind. 40 years. I know there's a lot of people that watch my videos that are probably older than 40, and they're going to probably leave comments and say, "You're a young whippersnapper. You got a long way to go." And that's true. Hopefully, you're correct, ma'am. I do have a long way to go. But man, looking at it from a younger aspect, there are people also, children, teenagers, early 20s folk watching these videos, and you're probably thinking, man, 40 years old. Adam is 40 years old. I'm never going to be that old. Well, rest assured, child, you will be 40 years old as me one day. You're probably going to catch up with me, even though I'm going to continue getting older. But one day, I'm going to watch a vlog that you're doing, 13-year-old kid that's watching this right now. I'm going to watch a video you did about you turning 40. And I'm going to go, you're 40. It's pretty wild. I'm just kind of sitting here, sinking in the moment. 40 years old. I wanted to be back in St. Cloud, Florida today. I could have stayed up north a little bit longer, but for some reason I just felt like I needed to be in my hometown. I've lived here since 1991. I wasn't born here. I didn't grow up here, but moved here in 1991 when I was 17. So I've been in this area since I was 17, and I'm 40 now, so for 23 years, St. Cloud, Florida has kind of been my home when I'm not traveling. I'm hanging out around here. All my jobs I've ever had have been here in St. Cloud. I know so many people, have met so many people, still know so many people from all the jobs I have worked here in this town. My dad was a preacher here in St. Cloud, so a lot of the congregation he had I know. So definitely St. Cloud is my hometown, even though I was born in Tupelo. Lived in the Panhandle, a little town called Niceville, Florida, as well as Pensacola, Panama City, a bunch of other places. Oklahoma, lived in Oklahoma as well. St. Cloud, Florida is and always will be my hometown because this is probably the place that I've lived the longest and probably ever will live the longest, unless when I'm older I finally find a place to get stationary, which, as you guys know, I travel around doing a lot of videos. One of the last things on my mind really is just getting a stationary spot for a long period of time. So for me staying stationary more than 23 years like I have been here, who knows if that's going to happen? Who knows what the future holds? I'm just thinking about, I can't stop thinking about the 40-year-old. I can't stop thinking about these ants that are crawling all around me. I decided to leave the camera stationary today in honor of 40 years, not of vlogs, 40 years of my life. And if you think about it, you start really gaining conscious decisions and decision making, I guess when you're early teens, 12 or 13. So that's 27, 28 years of adulthood that I have been in. Hopefully I can live a good 28 years more, maybe 30 more. If I could double my age and live to 80, I'd probably be the happiest person ever, because I've thought about how much I have achieved and done already. If I was to die tomorrow and I was just laying there on my deathbed, I would think, man, I have done so many incredible things in my life. So if I have the ability and I am blessed enough to live another 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, if I live to be 80 years old and I'm looking back and thinking, man, I've done everything there is to do. What else? I have completed the task of life. So hopefully that happens. Who knows? I don't know what's going to happen. I could leave right now, get in a car wreck. I could wake up in the morning feeling ill. Hopefully I don't wake up with an eel slithering around me. I could wake up not feeling good. Might not be around in a week. Who knows? No one knows what the future holds. No one knows. But for now, 40 years old, man, that's pretty awesome. My birthday's kind of a weird day. Birthdays and New Year's Eve are the 2 days in the year I never get depressed. I'm not the kind of person that thinks like, man, I'm depressed. But those 2 days, for some reason, always have like a little bit of a weird non-silver lining. Something just dropped out of the tree those 2 days, look at this, just dropped out of the tree. Right there. It almost hit you. Almost hit you, sir. So those 2 days, my birthday and New Year's Eve, I kind of stay away from everyone. So I wanted to do this vlog to bring you into my world, a little insight into today. But normally, I don't really hang out with a lot of friends, don't really go out and celebrate, really. I think I do so much celebrating all the other days of the year by traveling around, filming weird things, doing crazy things on a daily basis. That kind of like New Year's Eve, I kind of use that day as a thought process day. Wait a second, the glare is getting really crazy. Really crazy glare here. Block the sun. Let's block the sun. I'm going to use these sunglasses, my famous Adam the Woo sunglasses, to block that sun coming down upon you. Hold on a second. Whoa, man, the sun is crazy. Man, that's crazy. I'm going to put my hand right here. I'm going to put my hand right here and block the sun a little bit. So anyway, where were we? 40 years old. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, New Year's Day, New Year's Eve, and my birthday are the 2 days I kind of keep to myself, do a little bit of thinking. Man, 40 years, knock on wood. I don't know why I'm knocking on wood other than it just brings a little bit of awesome effect saying knock on wood. I hope I can continue 40 more years. Knock on wood! I'm going to continue doing this, what I'm doing right now. So I don't really have much else to say other than, man, 40 years. Think about that. I'm thinking about it right now. 40 years old. What is the key to staying young? That is what a lot of people are infatuated with. A lot of people, man, what up? Sunglasses, help me, sunglasses. What is the key to staying young, sunglasses? What's the key? A lot of people are infatuated with staying young, looking young, feeling young. For me, I think the key to feeling young is doing what you love to do, keeping the fire alive. As a child, you have that fire inside yourself. When you look at something, you're excited about something. You look at something over there and you think, that is the most incredible thing I've ever seen. And I think the key to staying young as you get older is keeping that insight in your eyes, these old withering eyes, the graying hair, gray in the beard, bags under the eyes, the creepy, silky, unsmooth skin that develops as you get older. None of that matters. The only thing matters is the only thing that matters, I should say, is keeping that fire alive. Keep traveling is what I'm going to do. If you can't travel, keep looking at things with a fresh insight. That's it. I can't really even explain it any better than that. Stay young at heart. Stay excited. Don't give up. Don't give up on life. I look at how I am 40 years old, and I look at other people that are 40 years old. I think a bird might have just pooped on us. I think it missed us by half a second. It went on the other side of the camera. There's a bird that right up there, he's given up. That bird has given up, and now he is defecating on vloggers. Chill. What am I trying to say? I am losing my train of thought. This is not a normal vlog, but it doesn't matter. I'm entitled to an incoherent vlog every once in a while, and by every once in a while I mean every single day. So stay young, stay alive, stay excited, stay pumped on life. Keep that fire inside. And that's how it needs to be. That's basically how it needs to be. I should have probably thought about what I was going to say a little better than what I'm saying right now, because none of this makes any sense. I'm 40 years old, everybody. Happy birthday to me. And if it's your birthday to do, happy birthday to you. Dude, man, child, kids. I'm a Leo. Who else is a Leo? All right, have a great day. I love you guys. Seriously, I love each and every one of you. You, especially you, and even you. And sometimes you. Have a great day. Bye.